All right, hello everybody, and welcome to Lamprey. I have already played this. I went through it. It takes you about an hour to play. It has about, I don't know, probably easily like 10,000 words. We got a skip option and stuff like that. The main character um, is Fang, and they're like a nice character. So the whole idea basically is they've built this kind of program that's supposed to be able to do stuff. It feels like it's a whole argument for the dangers of AI, which isn't really exactly what the game is about, but I mean, it definitely feels like that to an extent. Um, the writing is pretty nicely made, pretty nicely written. The conversations between characters are pretty good. I will say that there are next to no choices in the game. There are very few. So from an interactive point, there's really not a lot to it. It's pretty much just a lot of reading. There are a few choices that you can make, but they don't really feel like they make much of a difference. The only time in the game where I made a decision that definitely felt as though it was, kind of important, or that it had a serious impact, was at the very end of the game. So I'm a little disappointed by that, because I was hoping for more interaction with doing stuff, as opposed to just kind of, reading things. So they do have a like a kind of interactive mode here where we get to write some stuff. I can kind of skip to the right point. Like, if you're familiar with Git, some of this stuff is going to look familiar. If you're used to just console commands, it'd be kind of cool as well. Otherwise, like, it's probably not something that is too, I don't know, I guess too necessary. Yeah, every time I get an option to use this, when I go into this particular screen, if I'm do that, like, then it's like, okay, well, I didn't get an opportunity to actually do anything, and I've apparently pushed some kind of button that now I can't interact with the game in any way. Like, I can't click on it. Like, none of the clicking works. There it goes. So anyway. So like I said, we have that screen where you can interact, but every time I do the readme, I can't seem to get back into it and do anything. But yeah, there's not really a lot of scenes. The pixel art, though, I will say, it's really nice. There's some parts that kind of deal with a little bit of mental health, which I can't really remember exactly where it is and how to get to it. I think the game handles it pretty decently. It does a good job at that. And yeah, I mean, overall, like, I don't really have a whole lot to say to it about this. If you like visual novels, it's a nice little story. It's kind of well told between the characters. And yeah, I mean, it's totally something that you could play if you're a big fan into it. Now, this is where some people die. We don't really see it, but it's not the point. Yeah, so then it's like, here's our main choice. And everything it's just a bunch of talking to hear things or read things. So I do wish there was a little bit more interaction in it, but it is what it is. Visual novel fans, you'll probably, it's worth a shot. If the story, as compelling as that maybe it's made it sound like, but it's certainly a game that exists in the visual novel universe. It's not bad. So, like I said, it'll take you probably about an hour to actually play through. This video is just to talk about it because I've already played it, and that's it.